Certainly.
Gemstones of all kinds.
Behold, Aethys is risen again. He is glorious in form and purpose.
Watcher, at last, someone who can answer my questions. They're saying there was an attack at the Spire. I fear I'd sent you to your death. None of the Huana guards will tell us a thing, and Flaune's message is illegible. What happened? The Royal Deadfire Company? I didn't realize they were even aware of our efforts. I'm glad you're in one piece, Watcher. I'll have the details out to Flaune, I think. You've more than earned your reward, and my trust. Oh, and perhaps you'd consider stopping by Alvari's office. I believe she'll want some assurances as to the state of the Spire.
I can't decide if the gods must love or hate you, Watcher. Perhaps both. Volcanoes, giant waves. Mel have had my fill of this island. It involves no divinities, but I do have some news for you as well. I have decided to take action with regards to Castol's incompetence. I have called together a meeting of the Songretta mea compresa. Our esteemed investors have come to hear Director Castol's excuses for squandering their fortunes. You've witnessed Castol's mistakes personally, and you know what is at stake for us with Ukaizo. The council will want to hear from you, the Cantonachese in particular. The company needs new leadership. Leadership that can make effective use of its most important allies. Let us start here, striking a fine impression before the wealthiest men and women in Eora. The truth will damn him as surely as any fiction. The man lives in a dream world. You will attend the trial, I hope. Your testimony is a vital part of the proceedings. Indeed. Come then. I'll send for our esteemed guests. Meet us upstairs when you are ready.
Silence, please. I'd like to get us underway. I see you have wasted little time in involving yourself, lady. Director Castol, Governor Alvari, you are both here?
Indeed, Your Excellency.
Yes, Your Excellency.
And this is to be your witness?
A moment, Nero. Is that not Pelagina Mesray?
Are you collecting godly cast-offs, Castol?
Most esteemed guests, this is the Watcher of Cadnua.
We were sorry to hear of Cadnui's fall, lady. How interesting to find you here. You have my sympathies.
I have several connections in the White March. I have always wanted to meet the woman behind the stories.
Let us begin, if the clerks will attend the roll. Albina Carnetto, Duke Remasi Storanzo Miscelona, the Archmage.
Devils take your role, Nero. This isn't the Songretta Ducala. We are all here. Let's get this over with.
They may not be violent, but these fine people are all ruthless in their own way. The roads they took to reach this room are littered with their enemies.
If this goes badly, at least there's enough wealth in this room to cover our funeral expenses several times over.
Very well. Then let me extend my sincerest thanks to our shareholders in attendance. In deference to present company, we will proceed in Edira. Director Castol, you stand accused of nothing less than gross incompetence, mismanaging of resources, willful deceit, grave charges all. We have examined the evidence available to us. The numbers are not in your favor, Director. But you will have the opportunity to explain yourself. Now, Alvari.
Agrasima, Your Excellency. Esteemed Council, I bear Maestro Castol no ill will. We have always treated one another with great respect, but his time is past. I put it plain, the company is bleeding resources. We have identified numerous sources of Adra, and yet, how much of it ever reaches the republics? The expedition to Pococahara was but the latest failure. Trained workers and supplies gone, and for nothing.
You mean to say that the vein was secured in the end?
Well, that is... yes, Your Excellency, but...
A strange argument. We are concerned with results, Alvari. As far as I can see, the expedition was a success.
I have more, Your Excellency. Your coin, lords and ladies. Where has it gone all this while? Not to mines and industry, no. The director has spent the bulk of it on frivolous experiments.
That is absurd. Animancy research has gotten us where we are today.
Precisely.
Enough, Alvari. Watcher, you have had some involvement in these experiments. Do you have anything to add?
Coin has done well enough for us already.
It truly works. You mean to say that the Animancers have learned how to transport people? Certainly not.
We have heard much of a Castol in recent days. I wonder, Director Castol, just what are your plans for the fabled city?
Ukaizo holds an enormous quantity of a luminous adra. Our research has already yielded results. If we can establish an outpost there, then... If we take this opportunity, we can accomplish far more than we initially believed. I could make you rich, lords and ladies, beyond your wildest dreams.
You may be rich in a century or two. Have you that long to wait? Some of you perhaps, but all? Dreams are all Castol has to offer. We have scores of Adra sites mapped to detail. Why not focus our efforts there? Castol risks your fortune on illusions.
That is true. We have mapped these deposits for years. The closer we travel to Ondra's mortar, the denser the deposits. Even Alvari knows this.
Much to my dismay, I can no longer dismiss that statement out of hand as lunacy.
Even if there is Adra past the mortar, let us grind down the whole of it and be done with the place. Or will the Songretta war against the natives and sea monsters for the next 100 years?
I believe the case before us is quite clear. Alvari, have you anything further to add?
My lords, ladies, our enemies will make for Ukaizo in short order. The Vailian Trading Company must be ready. It needs decisive, effective leadership, now more than ever. With the Watcher's aid, we have the opportunity to claim an overwhelming victory. One that will carry us all into the history books.
Assuming she means to help us.
We will see, won't we?
You have heard all the accusations against you. Castol, any final words?
Everything I do to help the company. You know this. 2 years ago, you entrusted me to establish the Luminous Adra trade. I will continue to serve you, dutifully, and to my best ability. I know now that Alvari has hungered after my position for years, just as she will hunt after yours if you allow her to rise. She would cast Margaret off her throne if she could.
Maestras and mestres, I cannot deny that Director Castol has jeopardized the company's interests in the Deadfire. But his ambitions align with those of the Republic's. Such ambitions carry risk, but they also bring the potential for your company, for our republics to become the uncontested leaders of the world to come. I am speaking of more than gold, more than prestige. Success will bring the power to shape the future as you imagine it could be. No, as the people in this room cannot yet imagine it could be.
You inspire much loyalty, Castol. If only it were so amongst your own peers. It is time. Let us put the matter of Castol's dismissal to a vote. All in favor? You have overreached, Alvari. And the Songretta does not take kindly to being called away from our business to indulge your schemes. Sate your ambitions in the living lands. Nueva Alvari, I hereby strip you of your rank and title, and pronounce you exiled from the Vailian Trading Company and the Vailian Republics by order of the Songretta Mea Compressa.
This is a serious mistake. You can't do this to me.
I believe that brings this meeting to a close. Agressima Watcher.
I must see the shareholders out, but please, let us speak afterwards. The living lands. Poor Alvari. I cannot stop thinking on it. How easily it might have been my fate. All my achievements gone in an instant. Well, she brought it on herself, didn't she? The members of the Songretta, they are not to be taken lightly. Less an honor than a narrow escape, I think. The Council will not be so merciful again. Well, I am still Director, and our ambitions have not changed. We move forward. The Council wishes for results, so we will give them results. The Royal Deadfire Company will not sit idly by while we claim Ukaizo. If we set out now, they will do everything in their power to stop us. So, we know the threat that the Royal Deadfire Company poses. We must strike first. The Royal Deadfire Company has a primary powder house in the Brass Citadel. The bulk of their powder is stored there, and from there delivered to the greater portion of the ships of the Royal Fleet. Destroying that powder house would make for a crippling blow against the fleet. Enough to make an occupation of the Deadfire seem little better than a fever dream. Of course, the building is very well defended. You cannot simply walk inside. It might be impossible if the Royal Deadfire Company had not decided to use the Adra formation inside the powder house as a source of illumination. With Alet's machines and your talents, walls are little obstacle. Hard choices, Watcher, are what being Director is all about. You know the things we've done to get here. I can see no other path forward. If all goes to plan, there will be nothing to tie either of us to this. I will vouch for your innocence, Watcher. I swear it. In truth, the trickier part will be to get you out before you are caught in the blast. The powder house is a tinderbox waiting to blow. But Alet has a solution, a device that will give you time in which to make your escape. She will explain more. She waits for you at the spire. Remember, be cautious. If anyone learns of our role in this, we may wish that the Songretta exiled the both of us.
Buy something.
For all your doubt in the gods, how can you believe animancers are any more responsible?
The gods have never done right by me. Animancers have. Even a little responsibility is better than none at all.
You place too much faith in them. Given the same license, they'll be just as bad.
Welcome back, stranger. If you have questions about my wares, I'm an open book.